All right, let's go ahead and get started. Thank you for joining me for the 12 foods vegetarians should avoid, like the Black Plague webinar. Now, I appreciate all of you taking out some time during your day to educate yourself about your vegetarian lifestyle. Remember, education is key. All of us can be healthy and powerful vegetarians, vegans, as long as we know how to fuel our bodies the correct way. So I just want to thank you for taking some time out. I know you all have busy schedules, families, you're probably in the middle of cooking dinner or whatever it is that's going on. So I promise not to make this a long production and to give you what you came here for, and that's more information about how to improve your vegetarian and vegan lifestyle. So during this presentation, you will discover the top foods that you should eliminate or avoid altogether that will shift your health from ordinary to optimum. Now here's what you are in store for tonight. Tons of information. So get ready. Whip out a pen and a piece of paper if you want to, and so that you can keep all this information and know how to apply it in your life. We're going to answer a couple questions, debunk a couple myths. Is it possible to eat unhealthy vegetarian foods that can cause you to gain weight and become lethargic, or cause you more health issues than when you used to eat meat? And unfortunately, my fellow vegetarians, the answers to these questions are yes. Yes, if you're a vegetarian and not eating meat, you can be very unhealthy. You can be consuming very unhealthy, meatless foods. They can cause you to gain weight, cause you to be tired, basically draining energy from your body. And if you're not eating a proper, well-rounded vegetarian or vegan diet, you can have more health issues than you ever occurred or ever had when you used to eat meat. You're also going to discover 12. I threw one in there. I know during the promotion efforts it was based on 11, but I discovered one last one in my kitchen the night before in my refrigerator, and I was like, oh, I've got to add this to the list. So you're going to discover 12 meatless foods that may appear healthy, but when you start to dig deep and start to really research, these foods could actually be derailing your health efforts. You're also going to learn how to replace these foods with healthier alternatives. So not only am I going to tell you which foods to stay away from, but I'm also going to give you a couple of options to replace those foods so that you can finally throw them away, get them out your pantry and refrigerator, and replace them with healthier options. You're also going to get the tools you need to effortlessly plan all 3 of your meals each and every day to maximize your meatless diet. Because, hey, I know we all have the same time. We've got 24 hours a day, and we're all sitting here trying to figure out how to maximize that. And we want to be as healthy as we possibly can, but we may not know where to start. We may not know what to cook. Probably getting tired of eating tons of veggie burgers and salads and pizza and unhealthy options, and you just don't know what to do. But if I gave you some resources that you took the guessing out of what you were going to eat every night, to make your meal planning a lot easier, I think that'll help you be a lot healthier in your vegetarian and vegan lifestyle. Also, make sure you stick around until the end, because I have some free gifts to a select few of my vegetarian and vegan friends that is sure to benefit them in their vegetarian or vegan journey. So before we begin, there are a couple of things that I want you to keep in mind. There are a couple of unhealthy meatless foods on this list that may seem very obvious. Like when you see them, you're like, no, duh, EJ, that's a no-brainer. I got it. Show me something new. But it's always good to understand why they're unhealthy and how to stay away from them. But from time to time, it is also important to be aware of what we are putting in our bodies. So just because you know that they're unhealthy, the question is, why are you still eating them? Why are you still having vegetarian and vegan health issues? Sometimes you have to take a step back and become aware of what you're actually putting in your body so that you can make the necessary changes for your health. Now I want to help you from stumbling upon some of the dreadful pitfalls and health issues that I had as a vegetarian. Some of you have heard my vegetarian story before, and for those of you who haven't, I would like to share it with you very quickly so that you can understand why I'm so passionate about promoting and supporting efforts to educate my fellow vegetarians and vegans. And it goes well beyond just me being a vegetarian myself. But when I started out on my vegetarian journey, I was very young. I was 12 years old, and I never ate pork. My parents raised me not to eat pork, so that was one food that I didn't have to worry about eliminating because we never ate it. But I know that at the age of 12, I decided to start eliminating certain meats from my diet. The first one to go was beef. 2 years after that, at 14, I stopped eating chicken. And then seafood was the last of the meat to be removed from my diet. But 5 years ago, I got really, really sick. I had gained probably from my college days to 5 years ago. I had gained like 40 pounds. I couldn't understand why. In the back of my mind, I was like, I'm a vegetarian. Like, I don't eat meat. I should be slim. I should be healthy. I should be energetic. Like, I can eat whatever I want because I'm not eating meat. So I know in our minds we're thinking, oh, I can eat this extra slice of cake or vegan cookies or whatever because it doesn't have animal products and I don't already eat meat. So I've got those extra calories or whatever in my day to eat this junk. And that's what I had going on in my mind. But 5 years ago, my body was like, enough is enough. It actually went through a very scary time where I didn't know what was going on with me for 3 months. I lost 30 pounds, which I guess you can say is a good thing. But I had pains, joints were aching all the time. I was always cold. I worked in an office building that had a sauna, so I would go down. We had a gym, and that's where the sauna was at. So I would go downstairs, sit in the sauna with my jacket on for twice a day for 15 minutes each, just to try to get warm. At night, I was sweating through sheets, like in my pajamas, like it was insane. I didn't have an appetite at all. Went to the doctors, thought I had lupus, thought I had everything in the world. And really, my body shut down on me because of deficiencies and not eating properly. So that put a big light bulb on my, ding, ding, ding. You need to take better care of yourself, EJ. Like, what are you doing? You need to, wake up and start paying attention to what you're putting in your body. And that being vegetarian is just not enough. So that leads me to why we have this webinar tonight, just to make you aware of some of the stuff that you're buying, some of the stuff that you have in your kitchen. Maybe you want to phase through some of those items so you're not wasting money and then never, ever, ever buy them again. But that brings us to food number one, junk food. Breakfast cereals and granola bars. We think they're healthy. If we've got kids, we're giving it to them because it's something quick. We're thinking, hey, it's better than a candy bar, but really, how much is it better than a candy bar, right? Now, cereals are not as wholesome as they may appear. Most cereals that are on the market that you buy straight up off the shelf are high in sugar, containing anywhere from 9 to 30 grams of sugar per serving, containing small amounts of protein. So 1 to 3 grams if you're lucky of fiber. And it's packed with hydrogenated oils, which are not good for you. They're actually foreign oils or synthetic oils manufactured, so they're not healthy for you. But cereals that you get, cereals and granola that you buy, they're junk pretty much. You've got to be very, very selective about what you're picking out when you go grocery shopping, because there are some healthier options. Now, the reason why you're probably picking these unhealthy options is because of the taste. And so that's what you have to start changing, is your mindset on taste, what really truly tastes good. And then change your mentality about why you're eating. Are you eating just to eat for the taste, or are you eating for survival, right? So that's what you have to really change your mindset about how you consume food and why you consume it. Granola is another sneaky cereal snack that people think is healthy for you. It's high in calories and it is drenched in sugar to give it that sweet and delicious taste that we all love. When you consume too much sugar, of course, it is stored in fat. We all know this. I eat a ton of sweet stuff. I know that's my Achilles heel. And it's dreadful because it's stored as fat around your stomach, your hips, the thighs, the problems, the love handles. Sugar is also bad for your skin, your liver, and joints, and it actually takes nutrients from your body. It robs your vitamin, your mineral reservoir. Sugar does. So that's why you get that spike. So it increases your blood level. It spikes, the sugar level in your blood. Because it's gone on this whole rampage. Sugar, the little molecule, has gone around on this little rampage. It's stolen your vitamins from your body. Hence, you crash. You're tired. You're depleted. You don't have any more vitamins or nutrients in your body. So it's harmful for your body, because why would you sit there and work very hard all day to have a very healthy meal, to eat sugar, and have it take all the vitamins that you've stored up throughout the day? Not good at all. I know you don't work hard for anybody to save money and put it in a bank to have somebody just come take it from you. And that's pretty much the same thing. That's how you have to look at it or think about it. Now, these are cereals to avoid. You want to avoid like the granola, like I said, but particularly like the Honey Nut Clusters. They've got 17 grams of sugar in 1 cup, which is a serving. Kellogg's Raisin Bran. I thought this was a healthy one. When I was going to the stores, I was like, oh, I'm going to be healthy. Let me get some Raisin Bran. 18 grams of sugar per serving. Most children's cereals, because marketing has done a really good job. Oh, it's kids fortified. It's approved by Kids Taste. Yeah, because it's jacked up on sugar. Most children's cereal, it's like eating a chocolate bar. You might as well give them a Snickers while they're heading out the door to go to school, get them all jacked up on sugar. But it has 24 grams of sugar in most kids' cereal. So look at the back of your labels before you buy, your loved ones any types of breakfast cereals. Most Crunch or Cluster cereals, so stay away from those that have the word Crunch or Clusters in the titles. Also stay away from, this is a surprise, Cashy Go Lean Crunch. Instead, get the Cashy Go Lean. It's a better choice. So just go for the Cashy Go Lean, no crunch. This Cashy Go Lean actually has the higher levels of protein in it. Recommendations, of course, I said I'll give you alternatives along the way. I'm not going to tell you, hey, you can't eat this and not give you any options. But make your own granola at home. Easy to do. Get your own rolled oats. Have that. Get some raisins. Add some of your own dried fruit, or dehydrate your own fruit at home. And you've got a much healthier granola without the sugar. Eat oatmeal, wheat germ, or quinoa as a cereal option. And if you need some good quinoa recipes, you don't know what to do with it, or you don't even know what it is, go to vegetarianlikeme.com. And you can get quinoa recipes. I've done a couple recipes with quinoa. I made like a tabbouleh salad of it. It's great heated. So quinoa is great. I mean, you can eat it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. But these are options for you, and they're a lot cheaper. We got to think about the pockets as well. Opt for a cereal without sugar, but if you must sweeten it up a little bit, like Cheerios. I try to sweeten my Cheerios with like bananas, or if I feel like they still need some type of sweetness, you can drizzle a little bit of agave. Now agave, with this sweetener, it does not spike your sugar levels, which is great if you're diabetic, so you don't have to worry about the glycemic index for the agave sweetener does not spike your sugar levels. It's not going to make you crash. Also, you want to stay away from the bars. That's right, like prison, sentencing. No, we're talking about meal replacement cereal and energy bars. We want to stay away from those. No matter how healthy we think that they are and how convenient they are, we've got to think about how convenient are they really. Like, what are they doing to my body? They usually have a lot of preservatives and fillers as their main ingredients, and most have processed ingredients and are high in sugar and unhealthy fats. Now, there are healthy fats and unhealthy fats, and unfortunately, these meal replacement cereal energy bars have the unhealthy fats. These bars are full of cheap ingredients, sugar, hydrogenated oils, and synthesized proteins that don't really mesh well with your body. It's difficult, very, very difficult for these synthesized proteins to be broken down and used in your body. So when you're eating, you should be eating to fuel your body. So why put something in your body that your body can't use or gain a benefit from? Remember, people, we only have one body. We've got to treat it well. The vitamins that are added to these energy bars are also synthesized. It's synthetic. It's fake. And they're usually in a form that is not very digestible or easily absorbed by the body. It's difficult for your body to break down those synthetic vitamins and proteins because it's not natural. Your body's trying to figure out what the heck it is. How do I break it down? Let alone how do I use it? So it kind of ends up just as waste in your body. You want to avoid balanced gold bars. I used to eat a ton of these. Like, seriously, like, I used to go to, like, the store and buy, like, the whole box. Like, not talking about the 6-bar box, but you know the ones that you can go that, like, have, like, 12 in them? I would just buy those because I thought that they were healthy. You also want to stay away from the Slim Fast bars. The Nutri-Grain bars, loaded with sugar. They taste good, but they're loaded with sugar. Cashy Go Lean Chewy. I know, surprise. If you can, try to get the Trail Mix bars. Those are okay. Cliff, and you want to stay away from Luna bars. I would suggest, though, as a nation, we eat larger servings than we need to. Cliff has good children's bars. If you look at the back of those, the sugar levels are a lot lower. They have a lot lower levels of fat, usually 1.5 to 2 grams of fat. If you get like the gram type of bar, once you start getting like chocolate and blueberry and all that stuff, that's when your fat content level goes up. So try looking for the Cliff Kids bars. Try replacing those with the ones that you would typically buy. Now, create your own snacks from home. It's very economical, very easy to do. Don't skip meals because these meal replacement bars can never possibly replace the nourishment of a real meal with like green vegetables, fresh fruits, grains. They can never come close to that at all. No competition. You definitely want to try to eat a real meal when you can. And take sensible vegetarian vegan meals with you when you're at work or when you're traveling. My father had to give me this tip a couple years ago. He teaches me something new all the time. So listen to your parents no matter what age you are. But he's a vegan and my husband still eats some meat. I don't cook any meat at home, so whenever we do go out, my husband still tries to slide in a piece of meat. Usually it's like chicken or seafood. So he's trying to get better. But it's easy, you know, when you're traveling or you're driving somewhere and you're taking a road trip, it's so much easier for him to stop and get something. I don't really have that option. For one, when you stop at sandwich places like Subway, Quiznos, Jersey Mike's, whatever, there's cross-contamination going down. If you look, they're not switching their gloves. They're using the same knife that they cut that meat sandwich or tuna sandwich with. Because my husband always gets tuna. So I had to start when I knew that we were going on a road trip where we were going to get hungry and we were going to be on the road for 5+ hours or whatever. I would just pack a sandwich. I would pack fruit. I would do things like that. So you have to get in the mind of taking your own lunch or taking your own food with you because every place is not vegetarian friendly, as we all know. Number 3, avoid those rice cakes and crackers. Rice cake and crackers are a big no-no. I don't care how healthy you think they are. If you're going to start a diet, like at the beginning of the year, the New Year's or whatever, you stop it. Stop, stop, stop. I know I've been guilty of chowing down on these foods, thinking they were healthy or helping me with my diet. When we start doing a little bit more investigation, you see that these are not great for you. Rice cakes tend to be loaded with sugar, especially with all the flavor ones that we've got out there in the market, like apple, cinnamon, chocolate, caramel. Like, are you kidding me? How healthy is that really? And diabetics, even more importantly, should also steer clear of rice cakes because they have the same effect on the body's sugar levels as white bread, donuts, and waffles. So you might as well go out and grab one of those instead of rice cake. It gives you that whole crash and burn syndrome. Once again, the sugar goes on a rampage, steals the vitamins from your body, nutrients from your body, crashing. If you're diabetic, then it's gonna your sugar levels are gonna increase when you eat rice cakes, so you need to stay away from those. Crackers are loaded with salts, ton of salts, sugars, unhealthy fats, and the wrong types of carbohydrates. So we know carbohydrates have gotten a bad rap over the past couple of years. However, you need carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are actually low in fat. Like the next time you look at like if you're ever going to cook a pasta dish, like if you decide to have pasta tonight for dinner, look at the labels. Like if you don't take anything else away from this webinar tonight, look at the labels. Pasta only has like 1 or 2 grams of fat. So you have, I mean, they're not bad for you. I mean, just everything in moderation. But the crackers, beyond the carbohydrates, they are made, the quality of ingredients are not the best. They've used refined flours, preservatives, and fillers. So very unhealthy for you. So let me just take a left turn on my rampage just to say a couple of things. Vegetarians who eat limited foods typically have poor health and health issues when compared to vegetarians who eat a diverse range of foods. We are vegetarians. That should be the vegetables should be the basis of our diets, and we cannot forget that. You can get full off of vegetables. Broccoli, I love broccoli, can't eat enough broccoli because it's full of fiber. Vegetables are full of fiber. It's a natural cleanser, vegetables and fruits by themselves. Throw in some grains, some rice, some carbs. Just have a diverse range of foods. Don't be afraid to try different types of foods too, as long as they're not meat, of course. But we've got to get back to the basics of what our diets consume of. Vegetarians who do not have a great diet are more prone to being deficient in protein, zinc, and iron. When people say, oh, vegetarians, how do you get your protein? How do you get your iron? Like, you can only get iron from other animals. No, excuse me. There's so many other different ways that we can get protein, zinc, and iron. Actually, everyone could thrive just as healthy and live off of plant-based foods. We don't need meat at all. The vegetables and the carbohydrates grains, beans, all that stuff provides more than enough protein, zinc, and iron that you'll ever need. Vegans are not excluded. Those who do not have a comprehensive and diverse diet can be deficient in all of those above, so the protein, zinc, and iron, plus vitamin D, calcium, and B12. So you definitely want to, you should take a supplement anyway. Everybody should take a supplement because no matter how healthy you eat, some vitamins are water soluble, meaning it flushes right out when you sweat or you urinate. Like, so there's no possible way you can eat enough or consume enough foods with that particular vitamin in it to have it in your system anyway. So you need to get in the routine of taking a supplement, point blank. But vegans that have a really good diet, they're fine. They're not deficient at all. And I remember going to the doctor because I've been feeling tired, don't know what's been going on. I thought I was going to be deficient in a couple of things, and they said I was fine. I was not deficient in B12, calcium, iron, none of that. The one thing that I was deficient in, I don't have control over, is vitamin D. You know, you can get a great source of vitamin D from the sun. Well, I have darker skin, so that it propels that, so I don't have much control over that. I say all that just to say that you can actually just have a really good diet if you eat a diverse range of foods and you take your supplements. Now, all these deficiencies will lead to health issues such as lethargy, weight gain, hair loss, acne, skin issues, and tons of other bad stuff. So all in all, you want to listen to your body. If you're feeling tired or you're having any health issues, you want to start paying more particular attention to the foods that you're eating. As far as weight is concerned, being a vegetarian doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean jack. Just because you're vegetarian doesn't mean we automatically are healthier than anyone else. Because you could have a diet of beer, potatoes, pizzas, and sandwiches and be a vegetarian, but how healthy really is that diet? And that's the diet I had several years ago, as a matter of fact, minus the beer. But a vegetarian or vegan diet can be very healthy, and it's really not that difficult to plan properly. We've got to start eliminating the excuses and just really pay attention to what we're putting in our body. But as just mentioned, there can be problems if one is careless about what one eats. So you've got to be careful about that. If you're concerned about your diet or if you feel you may not be eating properly, I advise you to follow a meal plan designed specifically for our meatless and dairy-free diets. It's very difficult to try to take a meat plan and gear it towards vegetarian and veganism. So if you can find a vegetarian meal plan designed specifically for vegetarian and vegans, that's what you want to try to follow. Number 4, replacement drinks. They're full of sugar. You want to stay away from those. That's food number 4. I mean, who hasn't tried 1, 2, 3, or several of these meal replacement drinks? I know I've got my hand up. With the busy lives we all lead, there's no wonder we are trying to find a quick and simple way to provide our body with nutrients. Meal replacement drinks, however, are not the way to go. These drinks have 6 main ingredients: sugar, cocoa, whatever flavor it is, canola oil, fructose, and hydrogenated soybean oil, which is genetically engineered, so foreign, synthetic. And 1 can of the most popular meal replacement drink contains 190 calories, 10 grams of protein, and 18 whopping grams of sugar. You're basically drinking milk with a ton of sugar added and some flavoring. Now, can anybody guess what this one popular meal replacement drink is? I'm just looking to see hands, see if typing, looking at the notes. Yep, somebody's got it. Yep, it is Slim Fast. So you definitely want to take a look at the grams of sugar to see what these meal replacement drinks, or look at the labels to see the content of what you're putting in your body. The sugar from these drinks, they're absorbed very quickly into the bloodstream, and this is what contributes to accelerated aging, weight gain, cellulite, hypoglycemia, and ultimately diabetes. Fructose, and especially high fructose corn syrup, have been studied and found to be converted into fat more than any other sugar. So just try to pay attention. Even though the body, for whatever reason, processes all sugar the same, these two it's been shown to show that it's been converted into fat more than any other sugar. So you want to steer clear of these meal replacement drinks. Slim Fast, which was the number 1 that somebody guessed. Woohoo! Ensure, Special K protein shake, Boost energy drinks, and Carnation breakfast drinks. Now just think, I know people that have actually been put on a Boost energy or an Ensure regimen to help them gain weight. So it's people that one of my husband's cousins, he was very small, very petite. He had a difficult time gaining weight. The doctors told his parents to give him these Boost energy drinks to help him gain weight. So ding ding ding, you definitely don't want to be piling these drinks on or drinking things, having them be a meal replacement for you. Especially if you're not trying to gain weight, if that's not your goal. So food number 5, those cute little 100 calorie snack packs. Snacking on wholesome foods that are high in nutrients will give you the energy you need while keeping you lean. Those cute little 100 calorie snack packs will not. Now, many of these 100 calorie snack packs are not only low in calories, but also very low in nutritional value. There is little to no fiber, vitamins, or proteins, and these packs are full of artificial flavors, sodium, sugar, and refined sugars, and the list goes on. So you think how many packs you eat in one sitting, because they are only 100 calories, and we never ever just sit down and eat the suggested serving. We've always got to eat more. So you sit there and you end up eating 2, 3, or even 4 packs, which rack up in calorie intake pretty quickly. These things can also get pretty expensive too. So whenever I can share a budget-friendly tip with you, I'm all for it. I know we all have the same goals in mind, but you get about 6 of these little things in a box, and you don't even get any nutritional value. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm going to be shelling out between $4 to $5 for some snacks, I better be getting some nutrients and some real fuel for my body. I'm just saying, like, I could eat a healthy 3-course meal for about $4 to $5 if I cooked it at home myself. Number 6, frozen dinners. We got to stay away from these. These things may be convenient for you to cook, but they're not very convenient for your body to digest. Frozen dinners are high in sodium, preservatives, artificial flavors. Reading the nutrition, the labels is important, because the amount of sodium in frozen foods ranges from 350 milligrams of sodium to 900 milligrams. Now, to put this in perspective, a healthy amount of sodium a person should have in a day is roughly 1,500 milligrams. And that's an average, because it's different for men and it's different for women. The average American consumes about 4,000 milligrams per day. That is insane. That's over 100% more than what you should be consuming. Companies add so much salt to these frozen dinners to try to spruce up the flavor of these bland foods, when there's a much healthier way to add flavor to your food, and that's by using fresh herbs. Salt does not add any flavor whatsoever to your food. It just adds some type of salty undertone to it. Now, if you're exceeding an average of 15 to 2,000 milligrams of sodium per day, your body responds by retaining water. So if you're ever trying to lose weight quickly, then you may want to cut down on your sodium. It can also cause you high blood pressure and a host of other health issues. Look for meals with no more than 300 to 500 calories. Keep your carbohydrate intake low, and add more veggies or a salad to boost nutrients and to fill you up, instead of going back to the carbs as fillers. So when you're eating lunch and you may have like an entree and a salad, try to eat more salad. I would suggest eating your salad first, then eat your entree, and then if you're still hungry, eat another salad or another veggie. Veggie burgers, they have made the list. They are the number 7 food to avoid, that vegetarians want to avoid. The beloved veggie burger. It does have a bad rap. I'm sorry. Once again, these are frozen food and tend to be high in sodium and carbohydrates. There is a non-frozen veggie burger that you can get as well. But let's take a look first at a couple of our favorites. We've got Boca, we've got Morningstar, and we've got Garden Burgers. Now, Morningstar and Boca, the total carbohydrates for one patty is around 10 grams, which is pretty good. No issues here. However, the sodium content is between 300 to 500 milligrams per serving. Now, it's fine, but then when you go to pile on other things, like if you add pickles, if you're using 2 slices of bread, that's where the other stuff starts to make this an unhealthy choice. Garden burgers have a higher amount of carbohydrates per patty, so be careful when eating one with bread. One of the main ingredients along with soy is rice, and that's why they have more carbohydrates. So the big solution is make your own at home. very simple. There are a ton of recipes out there. Once again, you can go to vegetarianlikeme.com to find a good vegetarian burger recipe that you can make at home. Very simple to make. And then also, like I was mentioning before, there is a non-frozen veggie burger. It has, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's like Sprout something, and they're really good. They come in like this vacuum seal package, and it's usually just only 2 patties in a package. But those are really good, and I like those a lot better. And like I said, they're not frozen. Food number 8, the wheat bread. So you already know to never, ever, ever place a loaf of white bread in your grocery basket with the intent to purchase it, right? Unless, of course, you're going to feed it to the birdies. Because during the process of making white bread, more than 30 vitamins, minerals, and nutrients are eliminated, including vitamin E, vitamin B, protein, and fiber, and only 5 nutrients are fortified back into the final product. So, I said all of that to say this. Don't be fooled by health wheat bread that is really white bread that's been colored brown. Most of the breads on the market are made from wheat, and after they strip the germ and fiber from the starch of the grain, they combine only the starchy flour with some minor 5 fortified vitamins, which they just stripped out of the bread in the refining process. Then they add brown food coloring. The refining process takes out the healthy oils so the bread can sit on the store shelves longer. Food coloring should be from the food coloring that they use usually comes from caramel or molasses to make light colored bread look brown. So everybody's being bamboozled, like it's the joke's on us. The wheat bread really isn't wheat bread, it's just white bread. The fiber is stripped away. It becomes a high glycemic food, meaning the body breaks down the flour to blood sugar very quickly, giving you a shot of sugar, which your body will store as fat by way of several processes. When buying bread, look for a couple of things. Choose whole grain, chunky, chewy bread, meaning not the bread with the fake me out, wheat grain sprinkles and stuff like that on the top of it. You really need to try to look at the slices of bread itself to see if there are like any grain chunks on the slices. Make sure the bread doesn't have or have low levels of high fructose corn syrup and hydrogenated oil. And actually, I would suggest when you go into a bakery to get your bread, I don't know where everybody is at in the country, but I know here on the East Coast we've got like Harvest Bread and Company, and you can go there, and actually the bread lasts. I mean, it's not going to last as long as the bread that you typically get in a supermarket because it doesn't have the preservatives and the fillers, but they last a good week, and it's healthier for you. You can read the package, and these breads are vegan friendly, because if you notice the breads that you buy, like your Sara Lee's and some other breads, if you look at those, most of those breads have have milk, and they have eggs in it, so they're not vegan friendly. And even if you're not vegan, the breads that you buy from a bakery are a lot healthier for you. They don't have preservatives. They don't have fillers. I'm pretty sure there's a Whole Foods market by everyone. Get your bread from that bakery, and they have great tasting bread. I absolutely love it. So those are the types of breads that you want to buy. Try to steer away from the breads in the supermarkets that like have a crazy shelf life on them that lasts for like ever. Food number 9. I know, smoothies. I love smoothies. These are my one-time favorite. They're on my top of my list of favorite foods to eat. But they're not as healthy as we'd like to think that they are. A 32-ounce healthy smoothie could contain just as much sugar as about 2 king-size Snickers, meaning 80 to 100 grams of sugar, folks. This is insane. Like, just as unhealthy as 2 king-size Snickers in a 32-ounce so-called healthy smoothie. Fruit contributes to some of this sugar, which is okay, but most of it comes from the syrups, the sherbets, the yogurts, and other sweeteners smoothie shops add to their smoothies. Like, they add all this other unnecessary stuff in their smoothies, and that's why they become unhealthy. Sugar is not the only issue. The fruit used in these smoothies has been processed and has lost some of its nutritional value by the time it becomes a part of your smoothie. I like my smoothies just as much as the next person, so if you have to do a smoothie on the go, just order one with ice, protein powder, juice, and frozen fruit. That is all. I've done it several times before because they actually put a shot of extra like sweetener, or a couple of shots of sweetener in your in your smoothie. So say for instance if you get like a peanut butter banana smoothie, they actually add an artificial flavoring in there to make it taste more like peanut butter and banana, and then they add a syrup to it. And I've ordered my smoothies without the sweetener, and I say, can you just not add the sweetener? And you can definitely taste a difference. It still tastes good, but you can definitely taste the difference between when it's added and when it's not there. And of course, the best recommendation is to make your own smoothies at home. These taste the best anyway. They're cheaper. You can make them however you want, and you actually know what's going in the smoothie. Number 10, food number 10, or should I say fruit juice. Fruit juices on the market these days contain they don't have much real juice in them at all. Instead, they contain juice concentrate, which is loaded with sugar and has been so processed that you lose any nutritional value that was once available in the fruit. Most fruit juices that have added vitamins are synthetic and are not easily consumed by the body. And you are essentially just drinking flavored sugar water without much nutritional value when you drink a lot of fruit juices. You look at them, they're filled with a lot of stuff because they have to be packaged and shipped. A lot of preservatives, a lot of fillers, tons of sugar, some sodium. And if you want to drink juice, then juice your own from your very own kitchen, or just consume fruit in its natural state. Like, that's it. Juicing from your home, I love it because you can do so much with the fruit and the vegetables. The pulp from the fruit or leftover from the veggies, you can save that, use that to bake your own breads and muffins at home. You're getting it in its natural raw state. You can get creative and combine all types of fruits and vegetables together, and you'd be surprised at how how great this stuff tastes. You're like, oh my gosh, I never knew celery and apples combined together could taste so great. But if you want to drink juice, try to juice from home. Or just eat more fresh fruit. Number 11, canned soups. Canned soups are not the healthiest for you for a couple of reasons. The first being because they're high in sodium content. Once again, it's a prepackaged food. One can of lentil soup, which is like my favorite, that is supposed to be healthy for you, and serve as one full serving of vegetables, because it actually says it on the can. It's supposed to be one full serving of vegetable. This contains 1,600 milligrams of sodium, 60 grams of carbohydrates, and very little vitamins and nutrients. And remember, we should only be consuming about 1,500 milligrams of sodium a day. So this just busts the budget right there. Most of us, when we eat a can of soup, we eat the whole can of soup. Like, we don't just eat half the can. When you eat one can of soup, you're eating 2 servings, which could be as much as 320 calories. Plus, canned soups, or canned foods for that matter, since they're contained in metal cans, toxins can leach into the soup, and of course, you eat the soup that goes into your body. I enjoy soup all the time, especially during the colder months. So instead, make your own at home. And if you notice, there's a theme, make your own at home. But you can make soup at home and just freeze them, and I'll have soup for like months. Very easy to make. You can get creative with your soup recipes. Put them in some little plastic, Rubbermaid, or Tupperware containers, and you're good to go. Or purchase soups that are contained in a paper packaging, or like the cardboard packaging, or a box that can be stored in your cabinet. Also, like I said, some of these markets, specialty food stores, they make soups, and you can read the labels. They come like in a plastic container, and you can freeze that soup. So you can buy that. You can freeze it if you're not ready to eat it right then and there, because they do have an expiration date on them. But you have all these other options to buy and consume soup instead of getting the canned soup. Number 12. So 11, canned soup would have been it. Canned soup would have been it, but I discovered 12, which was soy yogurt, because I had some in my refrigerator. So I'm very surprised. I just discovered the downsides of soy yogurt as I was going through my fridge the other night. And one serving, which is 8 ounces of plain soy yogurt. So one serving is equal to 8 ounces. It contains 210 calories, 5 grams of fat, 31 grams of carbohydrates, and 23 grams of sugar. The sugar is what's it. Just in 8 ounces of plain soy yogurt. Just imagine what's in the vanilla soy yogurt. 23 grams of sugar. Like I said, that's a candy bar It's kind of scary. The protein intake is 9 grams, which is respectable, but be aware if you eat soy yogurt as I do, just make sure you eat 1 serving and not 3, because I have portion control is my issue. I'll sit there and just eat like half the container in like 5 minutes, so that's not good at all. So I know I've given you a lot of information. I've given you 12 foods to stay away from, and I've given you some recommendations on how to replace them in your diet. So if you don't walk away from anything tonight, remember these couple of things. Steer clear of most packaged foods. This will minimize the amounts of sodium, artificial flavorings, and preservatives that you'll be pumping into your temple. Read the labels, people. There's so much information in just reading. So read the labels before you consume anything. This not only helps you with your health goals, but it also helps you detect hidden meat products in certain foods as well. Like, this is scary. Like, I know a couple of weeks ago on Facebook, I had to send a message out and was like, look, be aware of baked Lay's barbecue chips. Baked Lay's barbecue chips, read the back. The ingredient is chicken. It didn't even say chicken flavoring. It said chicken. You've got to be careful. Read the labels. There's candy like Twizzlers on the market that it's not vegetarian friendly because it's got meat byproducts in them. And meat byproducts, they're sneaky. They come in different names. So mono and diglycerides, that's what Twizzler has in it. Monoglycerides and diglycerides are they're like flavorings from meat. Also monosodium glutamates, or MSG, some of that is meat flavorings. So you have to be careful and read your labels. There is vegetable monosodium glutamate, but if your product that you're consuming, if it's vegetable based, it will say vegetable monosodium glutamate. If the package just says monosodium glutamate, then you take the risk of possibly eating a meat product or a meat byproduct. So you just have to be careful and you have to read those labels. Also remember, calorie intake levels differ based on gender, age, height, weight, but ideally for men should consume around 2,000 calories a day, and women should focus on consuming 1,600 per day. Keep moderation and servings in mind. So portion control. Oftentimes when we eat foods, we're not eating the suggested serving size. In fact, we're eating 2, sometimes 3 servings in one sitting. For example, when you eat a sandwich and you eat 2 pieces of bread, did you know that was 2 servings? So that's 2 servings of grain. So that's when you eat that sandwich, just be mindful of that. Especially if you're eating a sub, that's like 4 servings. Also keep in mind, literally, like, watch what you eat. Watch the food as you eat it. Become aware of the foods that you put in your body and think before you eat. Start to think, am I eating because I'm hungry? Am I eating because I'm at a social event? Am I eating because I'm depressed or I'm happy or whatever it is? Be more aware. Take the time to go through that thought process, because then after you tired yourself out by thinking about why you're going to eat, you may not. You may rethink what you're eating, or you may just figure out, you know what, I'm not even really hungry. Just because it's meatless doesn't automatically make it healthy. I think we've seen that tonight with these 12 foods that I've discovered and unveiled to you all, that just because it's meaty doesn't automatically get that good health stamp. Eat with a purpose to supply your body with the nutrients it needs to be stronger and healthier than it is today. And also, the main thing, cook and prepare your foods at home. You know what you're putting in your body. You know the ingredients that are going into your food. This allows you to control what you're feeding your body instead of trusting the food manufacturers with fueling your body with foods rich in nutritional value. This is the most important thing for you to remember when evaluating your vegetarian lifestyle. You may be thinking, though, I don't know what to cook or where to begin with eating healthier vegetarian foods. I don't want to be inconvenienced with healthier eating habits. And you know what? That's a legitimate concern. So, vegetarian food plan. Remember, I said you want to try to follow a food plan that has been created specifically for your vegetarian and vegan needs. There is a vegetarian food plan that exists. This is the resource that I mentioned earlier that'll help you with planning 3 easy meals a day. With the vegetarian food plan, you get 2 vegetarian meal plans. There's one for men, based on the 2,000 calories per day, and there's one for women that's based on 1,600 calories per day. You get 90 days of meals planned out for you, and the ingredients for these meals are simple. They're ones that you can find at your grocery store. It's nothing difficult, nothing exotic, so you should be able to make everything in the vegetarian meal plan. Essentially, these 90 days equate to 450 vegetarian and vegan meals. So you get 3 square meatless and healthy meals a day, and 2 delicious, nutritious, and convenient snacks. So you're getting your whole day planned out for you. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. You'll know what you're putting in your body because each meal comes with the nutritional facts. So you know your calories, your protein, your fat, and your carbohydrates. So with your vegetarian food plan, it's a resource to help you lead a healthier vegetarian lifestyle. Never go hungry again, and know that what you're putting in your body is truly wholesome and it's good for you. Some of the vegetarian food recipes you all have seen me prepare on Vegetarian Like Me. I mean, you get the jerk tempeh recipe, which is absolutely delicious and easy to make. Barbecue, Seitan satay, curried chickpeas, rainbow salad, scrumptious Seitan stir fry, and so many other recipes. Like I said, you're getting, you get 5 meals planned out for you each day. So just to give you a snippet of what it looks like, this is day 1. Tell you what to have for breakfast, how many calories, fat, carbohydrates, and protein levels in that protein smoothie. You know that you got some blueberries, strawberries, spinach, protein powder, different protein options to put in there. So if you don't want to use protein powder, you could use pea protein powder, Vega whole food. Put some flax oil. And then you can have a slice of whole wheat bread. So, I mean, it's all right here. And then on the right-hand side, you have how to actually make it. You've got your snack for the day that you eat, and then what you'll have for lunch. So that's the Seitan stir fry. What you want to do is, like I said, if you're preparing this, you can prepare it for dinner. If there's leftovers, then take that for lunch the next day. Then you've got your snack after lunch, and then you have dinner, which would be a Mexican salad, and this is for day 1. So they give you, it's vegan friendly as well. You can kind of tweak this if you want, but keep in mind that will change the calorie, fat, carbohydrate, and protein levels. But it's very clear, cut and dry, very simple. And as you saw from these 5 recipes, stuff that you can find black beans at your store, salad greens, cilantro, guacamole. So it's all really, stuff that's pretty obtainable and that you can make and very not difficult at all. So, with your vegetarian food plan, you're not going to just get a vegetarian food plan. You're going to get several bonuses as well to kind of supplement your vegetarian and your vegan lifestyle. And these are really cool because the Easy Vegetarian Lifestyle Guide is your handbook to living the vegetarian lifestyle. Gives you advice, tips. It helps you avoid common pitfalls that both new and experienced vegetarians stumble upon. You'll learn about the most common foods that have hidden animal products in them, and I gave you a couple earlier. You'll learn what meatless foods provide the highest amounts of that B12, protein, vitamin A. And if you are a vegetarian, you cannot afford to have this you cannot afford to forgo not having this vegetarian lifestyle guide. It gives you answers to some of the questions that you have on how to just be healthier in general. And like I said, I really think that the hidden human animal products is key, because you'll be surprised at how many animal products that you're consuming. Number 2, the Vegetarian Quick Start Coaching Call. During this vegetarian fitness call, fitness and health experts will take you step by step on how to easily transition into a healthier vegetarian lifestyle. You'll discover food, spices, and gadgets that every vegetarian kitchen should have to help you maintain your new healthy lifestyle. You'll also receive health and nutritional advice and tips that have been designed specifically for your vegetarian and vegan lifestyle and diet. So the great thing about this vegetarian meal plan package is that it's all vegetarian based. No longer do you have to try to take, I don't know if anybody has ever tried to do like Weight Watchers or has gotten like a meat-based cookbook and try to make it vegetarian and vegan friendly. It's very difficult to do. It can be very, very frustrating. And then you're like, why isn't there just something for me? I'm a vegetarian. You know, it's a growing movement. Why isn't there a vegetarian, simple vegetarian food plan for me to follow so that I know what I'm eating and that I know that it's healthy? And that's what I love about this whole entire vegetarian food plan, is that you get that. There's no guessing. Just follow the plan, eat accordingly, and you know exactly what you're consuming. Number 3, this is awesome because I know I get bogged down with these questions all the time, and sometimes you don't know how to answer them, or you're trying to be polite. But this Defend Your Vegetarian Diet audio and report is totally awesome. As a vegetarian or vegan, you know better than anybody else what it's like having to defend the reason why you don't eat meat and how frustrating it is. I can't even believe I still get these questions. Why don't you eat meat? And I'm immediately thinking, why do you eat meat? Like, we have all this information available to us at our fingertips, and you're still contributing to animal cruelty. You're still contributing to the downfall of the environment. You're still contributing to poor health. Like, I can't even believe I still get that question, but you still get it. And this Defend Your Vegetarian Diet audio and report will give you the proper plan for the etiquette on how to answer those questions, like what you should do, what you should or shouldn't say. Because I know when people ask me, you know, so you're a vegetarian, so you don't eat. So my thing is, I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat meat. And they say, you don't even eat seafood? And so I've said a couple times, and I know this isn't nice, but I've said, to make it very clear, I don't eat anything with a face. And then they totally get the picture. But I don't know why, after I say I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat any meat, they still ask me if I eat like seafood or not even chicken. Like, I don't eat anything with a face. But this this gives you, you don't want to say that, because I've heard that that's pretty but it helps you get your point across, I guess, instead of getting those follow-up questions. But you'll also learn how to handle, with grace of course, vegetarian haters, critics, and confrontational, because you will be challenged all the time about your lifestyle. And with this audio and report, you'll be armed with the information that you need to educate others while defending your meatless lifestyle. Number 4, woohoo, the Raw Food Smoothie Recipe Book. Don't just learn how to eat well, learn how to drink well too for optimum health. Get energy-bursting smoothie recipes full of nutritional value, and the ingredients are all raw, meaning tons of nutrients and vitamins. These smoothie recipes will also help you burn fat if that's your goal, and can act as a healthy meal replacement instead of those meal replacement bars or meal replacement drinks. And number 5, for my peoples that act very quickly to get their vegetarian meal plan, for the first 100 people, you're going to get this vegan holiday recipe cookbook. I mean, it's very timely. We've got holidays up around the corner. Busy time of year. You don't want to have to think, really rack your brain about what it is that you can cook. Especially if you're going to like a vegetarian or vegan potluck, or you're hosting at home, then you have easily just refer to this cookbook, and you've got 20 recipes that are holiday style that you can kind of pick from. 20 delicious meat-free and dairy-free recipes just in time for the holiday season. Impress your meat-eating friends and family by making some of these recipes during your next holiday meal. You'll get recipes like cranberry relish, sage stuffing, tofurkey. Yes, you can actually make this at home instead of buying it frozen from a specialty store. Vegan pumpkin cheesecake, and I made this, and actually if you go to vegetarianlikeme.com, you'll see how easy it is to make it. And you'll get plenty more recipes that will have your guests raving and questioning if they were really meat and dairy-free foods. And number 6, for my super fast people that want to get their vegetarian food plan, for the first 20 people, you'll get a vegetarian handbook written by Dr. Gary Null. It's more than a list of possible food combinations, cookbook, menu planner, source book, and how-to guide. It should serve as a comprehensive resource for vegetarians and anyone concerned with personal health or the health of our ecology or even our economy. Now, this bonus will actually be mailed to your home. So it's nice to get good surprises in the mail, right? I'm tired of getting bills. So this is nice to get an actual like gift in the mail. And this goes to the first 20 people that get their vegetarian food plan. So to claim bonus 5 and 6, which was the vegan holiday recipe cookbook and this vegetarian handbook gift, You need to email your receipt to order@vegetarianfoodplan.com. Once again, just email your receipt, forward your receipt to order@vegetarianfoodplan.com. And when you forward me your receipt, you want to make sure that you put your name and your mailing address that you want me to send this book to. Because like I said, if I don't have an address and I don't have a name, then you won't be able to get your vegetarian handbook mailed directly to your home. So also, besides all the bonuses that you'll get in the vegetarian food plan, with this vegetarian food plan, you will not only be supporting your own needs and goals, but also the goals of a fellow vegetarian organization. With every purchase of the vegetarian food plan, Vegetarian Like Me will donate $1 to be donated to the Vegetarian Society. You can feel good knowing that you will be supporting an organization that promotes the awareness and understanding of vegetarianism, because believe me, people, we've got a lot of work to do. So, just in summary, like I said, I know your mind is probably mush right now, but you'll get 2 vegetarian food plans that's loaded with over 450 food combinations to take the guesswork out of eating a healthy meatless meal, the Easy Vegetarian Lifestyle Guide with all the tips, advice, and knowledge that you need to live a healthier lifestyle, the Vegetarian Quick Start Coaching Call. It's more of a fitness call for your vegetarian lifestyle. Defend Your Vegetarian Diet audio and report that gives you the etiquette on how to inform and defend your lifestyle. Vegan holiday recipe cookbooks, only available for the first 100 people that get their vegetarian food plans. And then the Vegetarian Handbook eating guide that's available for the first 20 people. And of course, donations made to the Vegetarian Society on behalf of Vegetarian Like Me. Now, at this point, you're probably wanting to know how to get your hand on this vegetarian food plan and all these goodies and these bonuses. Hundreds of vegetarians enjoy delicious foods without sacrificing taste, spending a lot of time in the kitchen, and gaining weight. They are truly living the vegetarian lifestyle in the healthy way. The typical deluxe version costs $97, but you can get all that, all the bonuses, and your vegetarian food plan either for the $97 or for only $57, or 2 payments of $28.50. So nearly, almost $40 cheaper, and you can break it up into 2 payments of $28.50. And you can go to vegetarianfoodplan.com to claim your vegetarian food plan and your bonuses and your holiday recipe cookbook, your vegetarian handbook, and don't forget, a dollar of every purchase will be made a donation to the Vegetarian Society. So go to vegetarianfoodplan.com to claim your vegetarian food plan and your bonuses. But wait, what about the free gift giveaway? That's right. I'm giving away 5 copies of Diet for a Small Planet. It's a complete guide for eating well in today's society, featuring simple rules for a healthy diet, a streamlined, easy-to-use format. It's got delicious food combinations of protein-rich meals without the meat, and hundreds of wonderful recipes, and so much more. And I'm giving away 5 copies. And here are our 5 lucky winners. We've got Thomas Stamper. Mr. Thomas Stamper, congratulations. And you need to email me your full name and shipping address at ej@vegetarianlikeme.com. The second winner is April Hassan. Congratulations, April. Email me at ej@vegetarianlikeme.com your full name and shipping address. Lois Caniff, congratulations. You have won. So just email me your full name and shipping address. Nadali Vitalani, congratulations. You have won. So just email me as well your full name and shipping address. And then Kim Soto, congratulations, Kim. Just email me your full name and shipping address. Congratulations to my 5 winners. I want to thank you all for hanging in there with me. I hope you found this whole entire experience to be beneficial. Be on the lookout. We'll continue to do more vegetarian webinars as well. But don't forget, hop on over to vegetarianfoodplan.com to claim your vegetarian food plan and bonuses. And to claim your bonuses, you want to email your receipt to order@vegetarianfoodplan.com. Make sure you include your name, your email address, and your mailing address so that you can get your free bonuses. Thanks, you guys. Take care.